Something has shifted, but most people didn't feel it. Not because it was too subtle, but because it required silence to be heard. You did feel it, though. You're feeling it now. A strange stillness. Not peaceful, not chaotic, just charged. As if the air around you is waiting. As if time itself is pausing for your next choice. Because you're no longer standing in the before. You've stepped into the space between, where the old timeline is collapsing quietly, and the new one hasn't fully formed yet. This space is uncomfortable. You can't go back, but forward isn't fully visible either. And yet, you're here, still breathing, still sensing, still standing in the presence of something far bigger than a feeling. This is the aftershock, not of an ending, but of a rearrangement. And in the hours ahead, what you choose to notice, what you allow yourself to feel, and what you're finally willing to release will decide what version of reality you step into. Because energy doesn't just shift the external world, it reconfigures you. So if you've been sensing things you can't explain, the dreams, the static, the fatigue, the urgency, you're not broken. You're just recalibrating. And this message didn't find you by chance. It found you because your field is ready to hear it. Because something in you is whispering, this isn't just another day. And it's right. Right now, the sky looks the same. The calendar flipped, the hours moved forward. But something in the fabric of time has twisted just slightly. A silent bend, a recalibration in the field. It's not the kind you see, it's the kind you feel. This isn't just about planetary alignments or full moons. This is deeper. This is structural. The space around you is no longer holding the old codes. What does that mean? It means the energetic blueprint that sustained the previous version of your life has expired. Your patterns feel heavier not because you're failing, but because the field won't sustain them anymore. You're trying to upload old data into a new system, and your soul is rejecting it. Because energetically, the Earth is passing through a thinning corridor, a narrow bandwidth of time where the veil between thought and manifestation shortens, where what you feel becomes what you live, faster than ever before. And this isn't just happening to you. You're part of a global waveform, a subtle but potent shift in human frequency, where entire timelines are rising or falling based on resonance. That's why everything feels strange. Time is stuttering, memories are resurfacing, old wounds are pulsing just beneath the surface. It's not chaos, it's retrieval. The universe is pulling forward the parts of you that were left scattered across years, across lifetimes, so that you can integrate them now or leave them behind forever. Because the truth is, this isn't just another moment. This is a final checkpoint for a version of you that can no longer continue. And while the world around you may be busy with noise, you can feel the edges of something sharper, quieter, truer. It's not demanding. It's not screaming. It's simply waiting for your choice, for your alignment, for your permission to stop surviving an expired reality and begin anchoring the one you were born to build. The cosmic conditions are precise. The energetic invitation is open, but not for long. Because this window doesn't wait for those who hesitate. It realigns with those who remember. Let's get honest. Not spiritual, not poetic, just honest. Who are you right now? Not the version others recognize. Not the identity you've built through habit, titles, and quiet endurance. But the one underneath. The one who looks at your life and thinks, this can't be it. Because maybe, just maybe, you've been living as someone you outgrew years ago. You've been saying yes when your body says no. You've been showing up for roles that feel like costumes. You've been managing the weight of other people's expectations while quietly forgetting the sound of your own soul. And now, that version of you is falling apart. Not because you're broken, but because you're done pretending. The universe doesn't destroy what's real. It dissolves what was built on fear, approval, and survival. So ask yourself, what have I been holding together just because I'm afraid of what will happen if I let it fall? Who do I keep becoming to avoid conflict, to stay loved, to not be alone? What does my truth sound like when no one is watching? These aren't gentle questions, but they are sacred ones. Because you can't take the next step while dragging the old self with you. You can't enter the new timeline wearing the mask of the old. You've been taught to prioritize peace, but not the kind that comes from inner alignment, the kind that comes from suppression. You've made yourself palatable, safe, digestible. And it cost you. Maybe not immediately, but soul deep, you feel it. in the way joy doesn't last, in the way nothing fully lands, in the quiet moments where you think something's missing and I think it's me. You were never meant to live deluded. You were meant to speak without shrinking, to walk without rehearsing, to choose without apology. But to do that, you have to grieve the version of you that made survival look like success. You have to thank her, then lay her down gently, because who you're becoming doesn't need defense. She needs space. And the longer you delay this internal reckoning, the more uncomfortable it will become. The fatigue, the numbness, the disorientation. These are not symptoms of failure, they're signals. They're your soul saying, we're done here. So ask yourself one more thing. If I wasn't afraid to lose anything, who would I be by tonight? Let that answer rise. Let it terrify you. Let it free you. Because you're not here to stay the same. You're here to remember, to return, to rise, and it starts now. There is no more maybe. No more one day. No more when I'm ready. Because that window, it's already open. And soon, it won't be. This moment, right now, isn't asking you to think harder. It's asking you to choose. To stop orbiting around your truth like it's optional. To stop negotiating with the parts of you that are still afraid. To stop asking for permission to become the version of you that's already waiting on the other side of this energy. Because the truth is, you already know what needs to go. You already know what version of you is expired. You already know who you become when you stop shrinking. You've seen her in visions, in dreams, in flashes of courage that scared you enough to back down. But you can't back down anymore. You're too far in. The shift has already begun. The fire has already touched the edges of your life. And pretending otherwise is no longer safe. Because staying in the old isn't safety. It's slow collapse. And the longer you resist what wants to rise through you, the heavier everything will feel. This is not a threat. This is a law of energy. Your alignment demands space. Your power demands clarity. Your soul demands truth. And those demands will burn through anything in the way. Jobs, habits, relationships, identities. You don't have to force the change, but you do have to allow it. You do have to say, I'm willing. Willing to disappoint others if it means not abandoning yourself. Willing to feel the grief of release in exchange for real peace. Willing to choose growth over comfort. This is how timelines split. Not in the sky, but inside of you. You are choosing to live under the weight of who you've been or to rise into the light of who you were always meant to be. But make no mistake, the window is active and the frequency is live. The universe is already rearranging around your choice, even if you haven't made it yet. So speak it, write it, drop it in the field. Say, I choose now. I choose me. I choose the version of life that honors my spirit. Not because it's easy, not because it's clear, but because staying the same is no longer an option. This isn't about who you want to be. It's about who you refuse to keep pretending to be. And when you drop that act, when you finally stand in your raw, unfiltered self, the field around you bends, the grid shifts, the path opens. And the universe? It answers immediately. Awareness is not the final step, it's the ignition. What comes next is integration, not spiritual theory, not constant seeking, embodiment. You don't need a ritual for the stars, you need a ritual for your life. Here's how to anchor the new frequency you've chosen, right now, right here. 1. Start the day with a soul check, not a screen. Before you open your phone, open your energy. Sit for 3 minutes. Breathe into your body and ask, what frequency am I bringing with me into this day? Then listen. Let that answer shape every action. You're not waking up to continue the old. You're waking up to create alignment. 2. Move your body to move your timeline. You're not stuck. Your energy is. And energy doesn't shift through thinking. It shifts through movement. Stretch, walk, dance, shake your arms, your spine, your hips. This isn't about fitness. It's about flow. Let your body process what your mind is still unpacking. Your next timeline doesn't come from force. It comes from frequency. 3. Eat as a spiritual act, not from habit, not from boredom, but from reconnection. Before you consume anything, pause. Hold it in your hands. Close your eyes. Ask, does this nourish who I'm becoming? If yes, receive it fully. If no, honor the pause. This is not control. This is reverence. 4. Speak in alignment with who you're becoming. Every word you speak programs your field. Every sentence reinforces a timeline. Catch yourself when you say, I'm tired. I don't know. I can't do this. It's just how it is. Now, rewrite them. My body is integrating something big. Clarity is landing soon. This stretch means I'm expanding. Old systems are dissolving. I trust what's next. You don't need affirmations. You need honest words with high frequency. 5. Let stillness be your GPS. The world says move faster. The soul says stop, feel, listen. Take 5 minutes of sacred stillness daily. Sit, breathe, hands open, eyes closed. Ask nothing, expect nothing. Simply become available. In that space, the path reveals itself without effort. 6. Protect your energy like it's currency because it is. Notice who drains you. Notice what leaves you empty. Notice which patterns feel old. And without drama, simply say, I no longer fund that version of me. Create boundaries not as walls, but as frequency filters. You're not isolating, you're refining access. 7. End the day like you're closing a portal. Don't collapse into bed carrying the day's static. Instead, light a candle. Write one thing you released. Write one moment of honesty you're proud of. Say out loud, I thank the old. I receive the new. Then rest. Your dream state is a frequency lab. Give it clean energy to work with. This is how you hold the line. This is how you stay in alignment when no one's watching. Not with control, but with devotion. You're not just shifting energy. You're becoming a lighthouse for others, not by teaching, not by explaining, but by embodying. Let every breath, every step, every choice whisper, I remember who I am. And the universe? It will remember you too. If you've made it this far, something inside you has shifted. Maybe it's quiet, maybe it's not clear yet, but it's there, like a door that gently clicked open inside your chest, like a pulse that wasn't beating before. That's not imagination, that's activation. And it didn't come from this message, it came from you, from the part of you that said yes. Yes to feeling, yes to truth, yes to letting go. You didn't just watch a video, you crossed a threshold. You didn't just hear words, you remembered. And now? Now you're part of something invisible but real. A grid of awakened beings across the planet. People who, just like you, have said, I'm ready. Not for perfection, not for fame, but for presence, for alignment, for becoming who they were always meant to be. This energy moves in waves. And right now, you are the wave. Not waiting for the shift, but carrying it. So let's make it real. Let's anchor it. Drop a comment. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just drop your frequency into the field. Type, I choose truth. I remember who I am. I align. I'm ready for the next step. Not to impress, but to imprint. Because when you speak it, you seal it. And when we speak it together, we amplify it. And if you want to stay in this frequency, come back. Subscribe, stay close. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of something you've always felt but never had words for until now. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove. Just keep walking. Because the version of you that's rising, she's not a vision. She's a frequency. And she's already here.